beat any team, in my opinion. Or at least take a map off of them.
Yeah.
So I think Complexity isn't like super underdogs here. I don't know. Have we watched OG on Cash or on Overpass before?
Probably not during the season. No, I don't think so.
So I don't think we have either. So I'm not really sure what to expect from them. I mean, I don't know enough about LG yet to know if they're super strong on like certain maps and just not as good as others. I actually think Cash is one of OG's better maps probably. Complexity just going out with a B rush here just right away, and it looks like it's just going to be a full retake on B. Yeah,
the guys from LG, though, quickly rotating back down into water here. We can see Showtime picking up a little bit of damage onto them from up on top. Just tidbits here and there, but it is really going to be Destiny, who, for whatever reason, they have no coverage on nobody. Whiffs the kill onto Destiny, and in the meantime, more of them are pushing forward, so Destiny's going to finish off that kill into Destiny, but the guys on Complexity only have 2 players up and running, and they're both stuck in the backside right now, so LG have free reign to move back in and grab the defuse. Def holding onto one of them. They're both just leaping around in pit right now, and in the midst of this chaos, they've already defused the bomb. Android, though, finds the last 2 kills. 3 kills, technically. What the heck?
I don't even understand. It's clearly a retake. They have a smoke. Where did they use the smoke even? I didn't even see. He's just planning out, like, he should have died without even getting the bomb down probably, if like one of those shots. Showtime could have gotten like 2 kills in heaven. I mean, it was just so poorly played from Complexity. I'm sorry, but that was just bad.
So,
like, all around bad. I'm not going to pull any punches. That was just bad.
So Complexity losing out that pistol, and now they have to go into an upgraded pistol round here. They do find the plant, which means they have a 3rd round buy possibility, but more than likely it's going to be fairly weak considering that Android already bought in fully here, and they don't have any smokes or anything to get out, and they're basically just rushing up into these rifles and SMGs. Not to note as well that LG also still have plenty of utility to try and block them off if they do get pressured here. So Destiny taking another battle. It claims a 1 kill, another before going down, and ultimately, yeah, the guys from coL don't really get anything out of that round. They knock out Destiny, but his gun is just picked up by PKL, so nothing huge is lost. I think they only just lose a UMP overall, and that will get rebought into another M4 right now as Complexity go for their force.
Yeah, and I think those kills were kind of important to just maybe get, like, you know, a couple kills there. Really helps you out, so... You know, just trying to make them force if Complexity wins this round. Complexity, though, fully bought up. Great flash coming out from mid. 4 people towards Fountain, and 1 pop flash can end this round. But Destiny, he had such a perfect opportunity. Peaks a little bit too early and gets punished because of it.
And so Destiny will be the one to punish that. Yell also being found out in the open a tad early here, too, and they are going to push against him. He is able to just barely save himself, but now he's also getting pressure from the inside. Has he realized that they've already pushed past him? I don't think so. They've already gone through, and that flashbang should have given him away in his position lower down here in the bathroom connector. But he sneaks out and around. Nobody watching for that back flank currently. PKL, though, is he ready for this push? No, he's not. Yell is able to trade, but he only has this corner position where now Destiny's going to roll right up from his own backside, taking him down and leaving only 2 up and running for the Luminosity roster here. It's SHZ and Showtime. Both are in the back of the A-bomb site here. Molly up on top, and they throw the smoke directly down so the Def can hold the semi-corner. Great position for him to be playing from right now, and there really is no reality where SHZ and Showtime get cleanly back into the site. What's even worse is that Android did sneak up on them there from the tunnels. He only gets 1 of them as Showtime trades, but still, the round will go to Complexity, and we have ourselves a game right from the start.
Yeah, basically just a full, you know, quick bathrooms control. They get that kill, so they want to just push towards A fast. Yell takes a lot of damage through the smoke. Pickle not ready for the site. Destiny, honestly, if he didn't get blinded there by his teammate's flash and he timed it better, it's not his teammate's fault at all. He just peeked too early into the flashbang. Had that not happened, he probably would have got a 2K and then died and also known exactly where everybody else was on the map, most likely, and OG probably wins that round really easily. Just unfortunate for Destiny that he just peeks a millisecond too early, and Counter-Strike is one of those games, man. It's just a game of milliseconds.
Well, Luminosity are not going to be forcing their way into the 4th round here. They are going to give some respect to Complexity in that way, as they just go for peak to 50s and deagles here. A single CZ sitting on SHZ. Destiny does have armor behind his, as he is going to, SHZ this is going to try and push his way out from construction. Relatively unsuccessful, though, and now Showtime trying to challenge things with the deagle, but just can't sink any kills. There's a flank working from behind them there, as you can see, but everything else is being managed. Nice shot from PKL, though. Then just off Android. He does claim 1 more on the Def before going down, but a pretty quick round in the way of Complexity, as they're now going to tie it up at 2.
Yeah, and if they're going to Molotov off the short B there, like, they need to throw it quicker. That could have been pretty dangerous. The LG guy got through the Molotov. I don't even think he took a point of damage. I think he just jumped past it. I don't think the Molotov was properly thrown. So you can get in trouble with that. Like, your teammates aren't expecting somebody to be there. And if they are, you know, they expect them to be hit by the molly, and they're going to basically know up front. So they kind of opt for, looks like a default kind of mid control here, or bathrooms control, which it'll end up being. They take connector very, very fast. Sure, will post it on the push. They don't see anything. And now this is like, Overpass is a map which, you know, a lot of the time takes a lot of coordination. You want the proper flashbangs. You want to be able to push back ops, you know, properly. So we'll see if Complexity can improve on cash, because that's really where they were just terrible on cash at, was just any type of coordination and teamwork.
And firing through the wall there, almost a connection on the def it seems, but the shot just a little bit off the mark as he is jumping up into the flower pot. Flashbang man up holding the guys back over there inside of the bathrooms as well, but the shot from the up I think gives Def a false sense of security and allows for Destiny to sink a pretty easy kill. They've got a 5v4 and the coL guys are just stuck trying to get over here past up the stairwell, though PKL gets a bit over aggressive, so he loses his life. Destiny gets caught trying to retreat from longs. At the moment it's Yell having most of the impact, but look at his movement, it's so beautiful through the smoke. Finds Android, he's finally going to meet his match against Surreal here, but it's only Surreal and he's just playing it safe. And actually, no, he cancels the plant just like a millisecond too early, and because of that, he doesn't actually get it on the ground, and SAG kills him, so no bonus catch for Complexity at the end of that round.
He's very worried about the flank, so that's why he tried not to plant, or maybe he just thought that's why he tried planting there. I think he probably thought he got the bomb down, and that's why he got off of it. But Complexity's in a good spot. You know, they could win this round and take early control of this half. LG does not have the best buy. They have 2 umps, 2 M4s, and an omp. You know, Complexity just going for like a quick B hit. This is like what they did the round before. They throw the Molotov, they take quick sewers control. Now they walk, and they want to just explode and pinch together.
So now we can see, as I mentioned before, Complexity looking for a pretty quick explosion out here too, but it's Construction going first. 2 for 1 on the initial push here. Both the CTs have been forced back into the pit, but they can duel out here pretty efficiently. PKL trying to round it around. He did lose his teammate, so it's just him. Gets 1 more before trying to dive into the pit where he does go down to Android, but again, the trade's still heavily favoring LG as it's Android versus the world. Sees the shadow from Destiny though before he fully peeks around the corner, so he is able to properly align himself, and now Yell sits in heaven with the op prepared to shoot him down if he goes back onto this site. And Android, unless he takes this full detour around towards A, if he goes back in towards B, that could prove problematic. It does seem, though, that he's choosing to completely evacuate and try to go for a very, very long rotate, essentially all the way around the map to get up towards A.
Very smart play.
Now, the only question remaining is Yell going to spot this and rotate up to A himself? And it seems as though he's gotten the appropriate read on it. Kind of at the halfway point, so he could still end up going back down. At the moment, Android has given no indication that he's shifted back up here. He's kept himself completely quiet and still in the tunnels, so we'll find out in a moment here. But Android's starting to slow his roll too. This is all a matter of timing and who spots who first. If Android could sneak on and get the post plant and just evacuate into the bathrooms there, he's got a great chance at winning it, especially with the Molotov as well, because he could plant at the front of Dicebox and then just run away into the bathrooms, and when the time is right, just toss that out and waste down the timer. I think that's exactly what he's going to do. It goes onto the ground. I think Yell was close enough to hear it, so he should know that the bomb was planted up here, but he's actually just going to directly challenge Yell, and that allows for Yell to clutch and for LG to go up to 4.
Yeah, and that was nicely played by Android. Fortunately for him, Yell just kind of outplays him a little bit, you know, knowing where the bomb is, and then end up just killing him after the plant. But Android put himself in the best possible position to, I think, win the round. The way you want to think about that is that if you just go towards B there right away, and you know Yell's there because he knows he wasn't flanking, right? Probably would have died if he was flanking, and he knows he has an op, so he's probably not flanking. What are you saying? You're saying, okay, I'm just going to take this gun battle with somebody and I have like 35 health. Am I favored to win that round? Probably not. It's way better to kind of like slow it down and make Yell kind of guess and either go B or A, because all of a sudden you're just going to have at least a 50% chance to just right away be able to get like the bomb down for free, essentially. Fortunately for him, Yell kind of overplayed A a little bit and read him, so he was able to win the round that way. But he put himself in a good position to win the round, and I think the best position to win the round.
And so now LG do manage to actually get one of their players that had pushed down into the connector early on out of there by using the Molotov here, but Yell tagged a little bit, missing his own first shot. He's still going to stick forward here and try to defend things. Destiny gets himself the first kill, looking for a second at range. He does connect onto it, 1 more to go, but he actually is a bit confused due to the pace at which they are pushing out, so they hold good positions. That is going to be the only kill they get, though, against Yell, and his op will be picked up pretty quickly, so no huge losses in the round, and it's another pretty clean anti-eco from LG.
Yeah, their money still isn't great though. Complexity getting a full buy right now. They even have the op on Surreal, and we'll see if they continue like with this. This is why I worry about them on Overpass though. Like the coordination is just so poor. It's just, it seems like the only way they're going to win rounds on T side is by doing things that are very, very scrimmy. And what I mean by that is things that are like, you know, trying to catch people off guard, maybe trying to just take initial gun battles and winning the round that way. They go back to their B strat where they just have 4 players just kind of work up right away. The pre-Molotovs come up from LG, so they're not going to be able to rush out. This is, yeah.
Showtime already finding 2 from the left side of Monster there. Surreal trading onto 1. The guys from Construction, though, just got smoked out, so they don't have a clear path into the site, and they've lost the bomb. So they tried to boost Def up on top of the sandbags there, but he misses his first shots over there on the PKL, and he's just going to deboost now. And Surreal, well, he does catch Destiny on the flank at the very least, but still, without the bomb, they can't retreat and try to roll up towards A.
And I mean, they're very lucky that Destiny overextended there, because if he doesn't overextend, like, the round's done for sure, right? Bomb's down, they have bomb control. Look at what they just did. Look at what Complexity just did. They went out too long, B, with the bomb, while the other players were smoked out at short and didn't push through the smoke. How do you win that round?
Well, apparently by slow playing this one, is now Surreal finds himself a position versus PKL, but problematic is that it's just going to get traded back out. It's up to the last 2 in Construction. The Yell Peak does yet net another kill here. Now it's up to Desi to sprays down his opponent through the wall. 30 seconds to play within the midst of that battle from Construction, though. Showtime did go back through Monster and just tried to wrap around, but I think Desi has the read on it, but no, he doesn't suspect that Showtime is going to be hiding behind those sandbags already. So he gets the free kill at the very end of it, and it's still another round for LG.
I mean, they had no business even being in a 1v1 on that round. Like, that kill on Destiny just should never have happened. Destiny should have played that much better, much more patiently. Knowing that Complexity is going to slow play it at that point, that kill shouldn't have gone down onto Pickle as well. But I mean, like, how do you expect to win the round there? You're walking 2 out of long B through a 2x2 tunnel after a Molotov, where surely LG is going to be ready for you to come. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it.
Communication just seeming like it's not there, nor the strats for Complexity here as they falter once again on their T side. LG up to a good lead, and again a good start on this round here as Def has already been eliminated very early on due to a peek from Destiny, and he's promptly fallen back. They've got smoke covering up the doorway. Crossover here. PKL picks up another successful frag against Uber here, and Yell will have his chance to get yet another frag. It's actually PKL that steals it from him, but again, just like before, pretty clean anti-ecos. They lose 1 in Destiny, but that is it as they pick up a 7th round here now. Money's still stacking up, but it's only on like 1 or 2 players, which is kind of the weird thing. You got Showtime at 10.2k. Everybody else is still really only at like 1 or 2 rebuys, for the most part below that, as they are continuously going down in these gun rounds and bringing it rather close, so they never get to build up a huge bank.
Yeah, and I just think, you know, going on to the team and how the teams, like what we saw on Cash, right? We saw LG, a lot of the time when they made mistakes, it came down to like maybe like individuals not kind of performing in the moment and like hectic situations or anything like that, while Complexity players actually kind of thrived in those situations, right? And then we saw OG just win like a lot based off teamwork, good teamwork, off like good coordination, good retakes, and things like that. Where Complexity a lot of time was winning rounds off like just, you know, nice sight holds by their individuals and things like that, right? And Overpass is a map that takes a lot of teamwork. I think this map might take the most teamwork out of any map. You really need to flash for each other well. You need to coordinate well. You need to have good timings on when you push and good nade usage and whatnot. And so it doesn't seem like it's going to be a good map for Complexity. So I'm kind of surprised that they do want to play this map based off just like what I see from them on Cash and other maps whenever we cast them.
Little chips of damage being whittled off onto every member of every team, it seems like, here at the beginning. Destiny has no safe place to retreat to, so Uber is going to take him down. Yell did trade out another kill into Destiny in the meantime, though, and Pickle, again, being able to freely peek out towards long. He does meet his match against Uber back down over here on the short entryway, and a lot of these teams are stuck behind Semi right now. Smoke blocking off the step position, but they can still abuse Dumpster, so it's a bit of a scrap battle here. Down to a 2v2 now as Android's going to try to push forward. He's got great damage onto his opponents, but it's SHZ versus Def at the final bell here, and they both are going to try to battle it out, but it's SHZ that goes for the aggressive peek and gets the better of Def, giving Luminosity yet another round, leading by 6 currently against Complexity down at only 2 rounds.
Yeah, and there's no type of presence at all over at B or anything. So the rotate's going to come from LG, and they've won so many close rounds now. But rounds that I feel like they should have won even easier, just based off like positioning and how Complexity is playing as a whole. A lot of the time it kind of ends up in like these 2v2s, but OG's always able to clutch it out. One of the reasons they're always able to clutch it out is because there's just no like confusion on the OG side. It's just like so simple for them to rotate and to kind of know what Complexity is doing. Now they're doing another B hit, it looks like. They slow down because of that smoke. Again, there's no A presence or anything like that, so there's 3 players at B for LG though.
Complexity themselves still taking it very slowly here. Problematic. This will become, as we can see, the CT's pushing out into water there, but it's a very short-lived push. They don't decide to stick around and hold control of the air. Instead, they're just prioritizing their presence over on the B-bomb site. Guys, Complexity so quietly sneaking back in, and Uber sneaks in a kill for free. SHC misses his opportunity to trade on the Desi, and now, while PKL will find one, it's Android that follows through with those kills and allows for Complexity to get great control here. LG only have 2 with which to sneak back in. Both are here, granted, but Destiny moving in. He's actually got a free kill on Android here since he's peeked his rifle out. I don't think he realized that. That's pit control back under their arms. Yell finding another one. We're even again, and no damage has been taken at all by the last 2 on LG. Yell sneaking in another one. There's only 1 remaining, so LG, they continue to do it again and again and again. They pull off a 2v4 retake with essentially 0 utility used, just walking back into the site and out-fragging Complexity in every single battle.
I mean, that's a retake that you should never lose, and Complexity actually did something pretty smart there. LG used a bunch of resources, right, to take short control, and they heard that. They heard them flashing short, you know, in the sewers at short B. They heard them pushing it, and they took that opportunity to walk out, get good gun battles, get in surprising situations that LG really wasn't ready for, and, you know, put it into a 4v2 on a very difficult site to retake. That site is not easy to retake, especially when you have water control like Android had.
With LG continuing to pull off these continuous retakes here and there, these crazy ones at that, we're going to see them still holding a pretty good seat of power in this matchup. For Complexity, though, they're trying something a little bit different. Double op setup for the T side, with Surreal and Def going for the wield on them. Destiny's still going to be challenging over here at long, but very quiet once again at the beginning for Complexity. Did work out actually pretty well for the beginning of the last round, just kind of sneaking their way into the site and going for a super quiet contact play on B. But this time they're going to try it in a different avenue here, as we can see Yell getting the early spot on the connector cross, missing the shot though, and what's even worse is Destiny had been eliminated on his peek out from the bank there, where Def is going to be able to punish. This gives them long access into the A site. Good news is they are kind of over-rotating into this site now to try and defend it, since it was quiet in the last round. It'll be quiet again here. But also Android is still to be worried about down on B, since he's going to be sticking in trying to cut off rotators. Oh, Uber, such good positioning, moves in, finds PKL before he even realizes he's up on that site. Yell, though, trading out these 2 from the semi position, finding both Uber and Desi as they push back up, so re-equalize the situation again. And keep in mind, Complexity have been so spread out and so quiet. The bomb is still way back over here in Playground. All their players are spread out. So all that momentum they made to get up to that A bomb set is now completely gone, and they're going to try to just dive back down into the connector, since at the very least Android snuck in here for free.
Yeah, and this should surely be a Complexity round win. I mean, Android has a smoke, flash, and a Molotov. So, and great positioning.
SHC can deny the plant right here, but we do see him getting the kill on a Surreal, and now they have no time to plant the bomb. So it's going to be LG winning it out again on the timer. And what's even worse is Def dies after it, so his money gets destroyed. He only has $250 to work with. Android, one of them did still save, but at the same time, they're not going to be able to contribute to the rebuy on this next round. What happened?
What happened? Android actually got too far up. The only way OG, I didn't realize the time, the only way LG could have won is by just literally jumping out heaven and rushing the site and stopping the planner. They had 1 out to win that round, and they still somehow won it.
Yell is going to find the first and second frags here on the 13th round. He does finally miss his shot, which allows for Android to not only trade him out, but also pick up Destiny. It's very quickly brought into a 3v3 here, with LG still spreading out and not really panicking or anything like that. All the players still sticking to their standard positions here. They're not overextending or anything like that. They've also moved Showtime up behind the dumpster. He's going to be smoked out, though, so he doesn't need to kind of dive back in and just play 2 at semi again. This worked out great the last time they did it, though. And Def with that missed shot, he's going to go down. It's all on Surreal. He gets one of those 2 behind semi, but PKL closes it out, and so that is going to be the round once again now in LG's favor, up to 11-2. As Complexity are just going to continue to force buy into this next one here. They'll have enough for for the most part, getting AKs, but utility is once more also going to be extremely limited.
I mean, the extent to a strategic mindset from Complexity so far has been throw a Molotov sewers, take control with 2 people, and then throw 1 flash over along B and just go off contact, basically. Which they're basically doing again. Yell missing the shot, SHC throws a nice Molotov. That kind of stops them a bit, does a ton of damage, and now he's trying to hold for the rotate. The rotate's a little bit late, but showtime still. There's no smoke heaven. They're not able to trade off that, and all of a sudden we're in a 3v2 with the bomb down in the water.
Bomb down, and now for the members of Complexity here again, no safe way to get past out of the stripper pole or over there back over in construction as well. You can see Def trying to jump over it and see if he can spot anyone at CT main, but just going for the pit control should be essentially pure suicide here. Def, though, actually does sneak 1 in, and Surreal just takes the big battle there. Works out, though. He trades 1 for 1 and at least isolates this back down to another 1v1 battle, but no, he doesn't realize it! That Pickle had gone up to heaven, so he just gets the free kill on Def, and Luminosity, they keep falling to these huge disadvantages, but somehow they keep bringing it back time after time. And now we're going into the final round with them having a 10-round advantage against Complexity.
Wow. This is like, I'm telling you, man, this is like kind of tough to watch. It's just, like, who strat calls for them? I know Ape used to, but he got replaced. I don't know who the strat caller is. There's literally like no coordination. None.
Just a mess.
No, it is. It's a train wreck.
Man, you really aren't pulling any punches on this one, are you?
It's ridiculous.
So just complete uncoordination from the Complexity side of things. Once more, they are going to try to push in, but the calls aren't there. They don't have anyone really positioned or, you know, they don't have anyone assigned to the role of watching out for the flank over there from inside of the connector, which is a pretty common thing to do. So look at this now. Android loses a teammate from behind. At the very least, Def had snuck up to A. Somehow he's gotten all the way up here where his teammates are struggling to get past connector. But then PKL gets a random kill on a Def there to close out the round. And there you have it. 13-2 is going to be our final scoreline. It was Complexity that led things on our first map, but this time it is 100% in the way of Luminosity Gaming. And we'll see if they can continue forward to a swift victory on their second half side in just a few moments right here at the ESL Pro League.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, PaySafeCard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
Well, we are back once again, ladies and gentlemen, and it is an absolute crushing happening here in the second map between Complexity and LG. 13-2 is the current score line, and Complexity is seeming like they have no clear leader on their T side, constantly getting outflanked, constantly getting traded in situations where they have no business doing so, and constantly losing, 4v2 in some cases, post-plant situations where they have complete control over the site, and LG don't even have any utility for the retake. It's an absolute mess, and they're going to have to try and keep it together as we're about to jump into the second half. Good way to preface it.
I mean, it's not just that. It's like there's no other playstyle. The only ways they can manage to win rounds on T sides against teams, at least based off these two maps, is by just kind of being very, very scrimmy. And it's so one-dimensional, right? All they're trying to do is like surprise the other team. That doesn't work. generally speaking, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it works sometimes, but you can't have that be your only playstyle.
Like, it'll work for like 1 or 2 rounds.
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, like Cloud9 could win games doing that sometimes, but they also have a strategic side that could back it up, right? We even see SK play very scrimmy at times, you know, especially in these online leagues. But like, of course, we all know they could play, you know, a very strategic style of CS when they need to. It's like Complexity just keeps trying to just brute force these strategies, and as Desi just gets caught running away, you know, and he's actually usually a really good pistol player, and both pistols so far on the CT side, he's just died for free.
Yep.
On Cash at B, he just died for free. CT at Long here just died for free, and he's usually a very exceptionally good pistol player.
So with Desi going down, it's going to fall to Android to be the next up to bat, really in both avenues of the B tick here. He's actually essentially alone. The rotations are still going to be like 3 to 5 seconds away here. Nice shot to start it off. Spins around and finds a second. He's down to Showtime. So he opens up a chance for his teammates to work their way back in, but they've got pick control, and most of this retake is just working its way in from Heaven over there, but it still works out as well. Def finding the kill onto PKL. The T's are looking for a quick response since they are going to kind of get overwhelmed as they do push back in. SHZ holds. They are trying to kind of dive back into the T tunnels there to handle things, but it's left to a one-on-one after everything is said and done. Showtime sitting back inside of those tunnels. Def actually has a free path to walk up to it, but he's no clue where Showtime went. He's circumnavigated all the way up towards the top of Heaven right now, and he doesn't have the appropriate read. He keeps checking it. He may look towards Heaven now, but Showtime's been given no reason to peek. He hasn't heard the defuse at all. He's really waiting for it here, but he just waltzes right out, destroys Def's entire existence, and puts Luminosity on a quick path to victory unless something dire happens in this round here.
That was the same exact pistol round that actually happened before, right? Desi died, then Android got 2 kills, then died and put in a 3v3. This time obviously on overpass, but that was a great shot. Another nice shot by Android. So he really did all he could. Like, you cannot ask for any more than that. Even getting 1 kill there is pretty tough. Getting 2, very, very difficult. So he did a really good job, but you know, once it happens and you're playing in that 3v3 when they're kind of pushed up like they are, it's a really tough retake. Now it's a very common anti-eco that we see on overpass, just 4 long A, one guy kind of watching their back around fountain area, and they're probably going to use smokes and molotovs to molly off the truck, smoke off bank, and, you know, be able to kind of just push into the site.
And they're going pretty quickly about it here too. Surreal has started to fall back to watch out for something like this, but he is alone. No support system in terms of trade capabilities set up for him at all, and he's not even paying attention to Long. He's still watching for pushes from the bathroom while his teammate was still really far up there, so it didn't make sense for him to kind of be watching that. Yell.
Yeah, and they don't even use any of their nades to get in the site. Usually you see, you know, the double smokes, the mollies, and then you generally take it that way. They just kind of went in, walked up, killed somebody on the side, and now, you know, have the site 4v2. While they're just kind of chasing for the frags.
And Uber was forced to go up onto the steps down there, and, well, Death, he was already at 3 HP, so there was no way he was going to attempt to do anything aggressive. Yell just swings out, takes down the last man alive for coL there, and now we're up to round number 15 for Luminosity, and it is going to look like a quick closeout. Obviously, Complexity will be forcing into this here, but it's just Deagles, 5-7s, and Android will also go for a Deagle buy. All of them have flashbangs to try and play with, and a single smoke on Uber, but with how cleanly the guys from LG were able to clean up that last round, I'm not going to be worried about any issues here unless they royally mess up with this first push, and they're just going to go directly into B here too, wasting absolutely no time. There's a guy on Toxic, but he'll be sent back out and immediately dispatched up by SHZ. Another one down in the pit. He doesn't try to get aggressive at all, so it gives the guys on LG, even though they were hit by a flashbang, plenty of time to recover. And there you go, a quick cleanup and a quick map overall there for LG to take 2 in a row. First one was a bit of a struggle there, especially coming off of their T side, but the second one is a lot better off. So they take this one 16-2, I believe, is our final score, and indeed it's a 2-0 for the night for the guys on Luminosity.
I mean, you know, I played Counter-Strike for a long time, Blue, and you can kind of tell when people have things prepared, when they go in and they practice, and these guys are a team. I believe they all live in a gaming house together too.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm pretty sure.
Their entire job is Counter-Strike, and they literally like just went into that overpass match. I'm telling you, they had nothing prepared, nothing planned. They didn't even smoke off like Bathroom's entrance at the start. If you watch that demo and then watch like a team like FaZe play even, FaZe isn't even the most strategical team in the world or anything like that, right? And look, like they're smoking things off, they're flashing together, they're like, you saw none of that. It was literally like they just played like a pug. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.